Sorry for the long delay. I was busy after the game. Now let's talk. The game was so close. It was so close. Portland almost made a comeback. But let's look at these stats. Now, what this game proved, even though the Blazers lost, what this proves, besides also the fact that this is where Trevor Ariza not playing with them hurts the team. This game proved why the Blazers are probably most likely going to let Hassan Whiteside go in the offseason. Whiteside has not shown really anything as a bench player. And I think this game also proves why Nurk is the center of this team. Like, why is he the starting center? Why he has shown so much promise and so much why the Blazers become a better team. And this is where this big what if. The Blazers had Nurk to start the season. So far in these last two games, it has proven that Nurk is the guy Portland needs the most as a starting center. This just proves it. This game just literally proves it. In the last game, too. Now, Boston, Tatum and Brown, my goodness. And Hayward showed up pretty well, too. And Kemba had, I think, it was a limit, I know he had like a time limit to play. So, yeah. And, there's a percentage and all that. So, with this loss, the Portland Trail Blazers are now a half a game behind the San Antonio Spurs as they are the 10th seed now. Yeah, and Memphis lost again. And the Blazers are back. The Blazers are still I think it's 2.5 games behind, but the Spurs are just 2 games behind the Grizzlies now. And this is where everything gets tight. Memphis is going to play New Orleans tomorrow, and the Spurs will play 76ers, and the Blazers don't play until Tuesday, and that's against the Houston Rockets, which should be a very interesting game. It should be, because, the Rockets don't have any really big man guys, and like I said, we'll just see how this goes right now. We'll see. I can promise you this. It'll be a dogfight on Tuesday. But, yeah, this game, it sucks that we lost. And, like I said, the Blazers are just a half a game behind the Spurs. But tomorrow's games, San Antonio plays the 76ers, and the Grizzlies play New Orleans. So this will be interesting. And then Portland plays on Tuesday. Now, this could have been a game that Portland could have won, but the problem is, like I said before, this is where Trevor Ariza not playing with the team hurts the Blazers. The defense is still not good. It's still not. And, even though the one player on the bench who has impressed me so far this season, and especially in these last 2 games, Gary Trent Jr. Honestly, last season he looked like he was going to be a bust. He looked like he was going to be a wasted pick. But so far, I think this season he hasn't improved. He has improved his 3-point shooting. He has improved it. He looks like he may even have some trade value or whatever. But, yeah, overall this game just proves that Portland's defense needs to get better. Now, the Celtics are a team this year, to me, compared to last year. You just look at the last 3 seasons. Kyrie so far has proven that this was the problem of the Boston Celtics. He has now just proven it, I think, this season and 2 years ago. It just really proves it. And it's not only that, it's also because of the way the Boston Celtics play as a team. Kemba, you could say Kemba's the leader, but I think Jason Tatum is the leader of this team. And this team's going to be good for the next 2 years, next 2 to 3 years. And why I say it, because it all depends on the contracts that this team, the Boston Celtics, will have that will expire. And really, this game could have been won by Portland, but sadly we came up short. And hopefully we get it done on Tuesday against Houston. Like I said, the Blazers are now a half a game behind the Spurs, but the Spurs play the 76ers tomorrow, and the Memphis Grizzlies will play the New Orleans Pelicans tomorrow. Now, I'm not sure much about how the Pelicans situation now will be if they win tomorrow. Because right now, for the 8th spot, I want to say 2.5, maybe? No, I'm sorry. Like one game behind right now. So we'll see how it goes with Spurs and the Memphis Grizzlies tomorrow. As you know, as a Blazer fan, I want those teams to lose, and I want Portland to keep on winning. But overall, I think the only losses we can really afford if you're Portland, the only losses they have to only have at least are 3 or 2 losses. And they have to try to win out. It's not going to be easy. It may not be easy for Portland, especially with the gruesome schedule they have after this. I mean, for crying out loud, they're playing Houston, but Houston does not have any big guys, but we'll see. And then, after Houston, Denver. After Denver, the Clippers, then the Sixers, then Dallas, then Brooklyn. Out of all those games, Brooklyn could be the easiest game to win. But we'll see how this goes. I can tell you, we could lose 2 more games. We could lose 2 more games. And those games are, to me, the Clippers and the Nuggets. Everything else, I think we could win. But we'll see even how Memphis goes along, and San Antonio, and the Kings, and somehow Phoenix, and somehow, also New Orleans. But yeah, this was a game that the Portland Trailblazers could have won, but it is what it is. We got to, regroup, get better against Houston. We'll see how Nurk will do, because so far, he has really, to me, he looks better. Nurk just looks way better than he was before. So, yeah, tough loss today. Almost made a comeback. Half a game behind the Spurs. So we'll see how the rest of this goes on.